What is up, YouTube? McIntyre here, bringing you another guide gameplay video. Today we're going to be talking about Chen. I originally released a first impression video of Chen, and I've had time to play him and play against him and kind of come up with the most optimal build, at least the most optimal build that I believe. And I kind of want to go over the build today and show you a gameplay of that build. So we're going to talk about talents first, obviously, like we always do, and then we'll go right into the gameplay. At level 1, I'm almost always now going Elusive Brawler. So the way to look at Elusive Brawler is when you activate it, you evade enemy basic attacks for 2 seconds. What this doesn't say is it also dodges tower shots, which I think is the most important part about this talent, actually. And every time you auto attack, it decreases its cooldown by 3 seconds. So it's 20 seconds, 3 seconds, that's like maybe 5-6 auto attacks. And you have it again. Okay, so again, the most important part about this talent is that it evades tower shots. So what that means is when you jump on the enemy, let's say behind the wall, right, you can evade a couple times and then get in those extra few auto attacks, right? So that's, to me, the best part about the talent, and the reason I take it. It obviously helps when you duel somebody, like Thrall, for example. When he walks up and tries to hit you with Wind Fury, it's not going to do any damage, right? So when you're drinking and you Q to the Thrall, a lot of the times Thralls will engage on you on that Q. And when you have Elusive Brawler, you would just hit it, and he would auto you with the Wind Fury attacks, and you would take 0 damage, right? And then right when your evasion drops, you want to start drinking then, okay? So you have like, it's more or less like a 2-second window to deal damage, right? And then it drops and you would start drinking. Now you're drinking. Unless you're under no threat, in which case you keep auto attacking, right? And that's kind of just Chen in general, but so that is why we take Elusive Brawler. You can take Grounding Brew. The spell shield is pretty good on drink if the other team has no way to stop you from drinking. So if the other team is just like Jaina and I mean Li Ming has a way to stop you, but you know, lack of CC, right? Tyriel, stuff like that. Then Grounding Brew is not terrible, but I'm pretty much 80% of the time taking Elusive Brawler, and I'm using it exactly like I just kind of explained there. At level 4, we then now have 2 more talent choices that we can take. We also, I guess we have 3 here. I'll talk about at the end of, when I'm done explaining my basic build, I'll talk about the barrel build, the Donkey Kong build, as people would call it. But so the 2 choices that I typically take are either Deadly Strike, which is going to, you know, take rid of my brew cost on Flying Kick, which I originally liked a lot, but I'm starting to go towards Ring of Fire. So the reason for this is now when you jump in and you kind of do what I was talking about, right? If you get this ring going on them, you can just chunk someone out in lane, like, and you continue to trade like that and you eventually win. The other thing that it does is it gives you wave clear and it allows you to jungle, so it gives you a lot more in the team fight than the crit on Q. The crit on Q will give you better damage on an isolated target, but this is gonna help, you know, let's see. So this is 100 damage. Let's just do the math really quick. So this is doing 114, right? And my Q does 246, so I mean that's gonna do a bonus 246 damage, and this is 100 over 3 seconds, so it'll do 300. So it's actually pretty even damage. But because of the way that I think we're chasing people down, I like Ring of Fire more. I like Ring of Fire against Zagara, whereas I like Deadly Strike against Thrall. Right, so that should give you a good idea of what we're looking at. If you need to wave clear more, Ring of Fire in the lane matchup. If you can just isolate the enemy target, Deadly Strike. Okay. So now we're looking at the 7 talents. I personally am a Brewmaster Balance fanboy. There are so many Chen players that do so many different things with this talent. Some go bolder flavor, and this has a lot to do with how long do you actually get to drink. Okay, so if the other team has heavy CC against Chen, then you're not going to get to drink a lot, right? So bolder flavor then gets value. If you know, yeah, if sometimes I've seen people take refreshing elixir even if they have like medic. Personally, I'm stuck between these two. I normally go brewmasters again for the movement speed. I think it's very important. The regeneration isn't too insane at this point in time. Like, it's not what it used to be. But I still like the movement speed, right? 20% movement speed is almost mount speed now because mount speed's 30%. So you almost move mount speed on Chen when you're below 50 brew, which you should be after you've used your full combo, right? So these two talents are, again, it depends on the other team's composition, but bolder flavor is choosable if the other team has a heavy CC, and when you drink, you're not going to get to drink too much, okay? So we'll take Brewmasters right now. So here's one. Storm, Earth, and Fire is the bee's knees, all right? This is the talent that makes this hero stupid. I know we see pro teams take Wandering Keg, and Wandering Keg is really good against teams that you can just pick someone off really easily, right? It's actually a strong ultimate still, but Storm, Earth, and Fire, as far as Hero League goes, and even competitive, is just insane because you just stick on someone in a fight and you deal thousands of damage to that person, right? So you have your W, which lets you stick. You have your E, which makes you do way too much damage. And then you have your Q to get away. Like, there's no way to get away from it. And the funniest part about it, too, is the little Panda guy's body block. Like, remember when you're using your Pandas, like, speed them up and then body block. That's, like, you see? That person will never get away from you. Never. And that's what makes this talent so insane is the fact that you get three little guys that do lots of damage, stick to a target, and are very hard to kill. And then not only that, but then you pop out as Chen. Right? So even if you don't kill somebody, now you're Chen, and you probably can kill them once you've popped out, right? So pretty insane. All right, so now we're going to look at the 13s. I personally like Pressure Point here. This is just Chen's bread and butter, right? His Q sticks. This is going to give you better pressure paired with your Ring of Fire, for example, because now you can just stay on them. And then at 16 now, I depending on the game, I'll either go Flying Leap, so this is going to give me a further range for my Q. So a lot of the time, I'll Q to the back line, I'll drop a combo, and then I'll ultimate, or sometimes I just Q and then ultimate, and then now I'm on the person that I want to be on too, right, in the team fight. Or you can go another round. Some people even go enough to share here if you don't need the range. Enough to share is just a shield per second. It doesn't scale. Like if you took bolder flavor, they don't get the same shield that you get. But enough to share is pretty good in a team fight if you're just going to be dropping your combo and drinking a lot, right? So it's not a terrible talent. It helps your team siege too. It helps your team do camps pretty safely. And you can fight on certain objectives like on Cursed Hollow and stuff. Sky Temple pretty safely. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Another round is pretty good too. Decreases cooldown on your abilities after things. It really just depends on what you need to do. If you need to get to the back line, Flying Leap. If if you're popping off a bunch of spells, another round. And if you think you're going to be drinking a lot, enough to share. But I'll probably go Flying Leap. Again, it'll depend on the other team, and I'll talk about that once I get into game. And then at 20, we're going to take Elemental Conduit. This is going to basically make our ultimate even more powerful, as all of our stuff are, so it decreases the cooldown on the W. It decreases it by 3 seconds. This is permanent now. So the fire guy is like insane damage. And yeah, so now you're doing 4,620 damage. It's just the ultimate. So a lot of stuff going on here, but this is, I'm gonna tab control really quick. This is the build that I'm going most of the time. I would say like the 50-50, I take Deadly Strike here, but this is looking a lot like what I'm playing when I'm playing Chen. Alright, so looking at their composition, I think this is still an elusive brawler game just because of the fact that the other team has Vala. Although I could go Grounding Brew to negate a lot of the Jaina's damage. If I drink during her burst on me, it'll reduce a lot of that damage. But they don't really have a lot of ways to stop me from drinking. So Rain of Vengeance, Stitch's Hook, and Aerial Whip. Also have a Butcher with me, so drinking is I'm gonna want to drink a lot less this game, because when Butcher goes in, I need to go in with him. I think having Elusive might help me during that dive. I think I'll take Elusive. I do want to say the Grounding Brew could be really good here as well. But if the Vol is hitting me, then I'll waste a lot of her damage just getting hit by her over and over. So as you saw there, I kind of opened up with a Elusive. So I really want to be top. Being solo as Chen is... Oh, snap. So if this Vala autos me when I go on her, I should be able to just win this trade every time. Yeah, I could have dove that. I can hit my passive here. Again, that's why Elusive Brawler is so strong. So it's a 2v1 lane. I should have maybe gone for the kill on the Vala, but I can tap now. I should be able to win this lane still. Even if Stitches is here. This Vol is not even really engaging me, so if she just ends up running away when I go on her, I don't have to hit my passive, and I can save it for the second time that I jump at her when I'm tanking the wall. This is something to remember too. I want to get this globe super quick so I can kind of be full health. Alright. I'm going to go right to the Vala. I think Vala should be on this side. Should be able to get there in time. I need to be careful though. Okay, so the other team did rotate bottom. Except for Tass. So every time Tass shields Vala, I go after Tass, right? And then we killed the Tass, and then we just switched to the Vala. I didn't actually take this 4 talent during that whole time period too. As I'm still thinking about what I really want to go, but I think I don't want to go Deadly Strike this game. This will help me get to the Vala. Should be fine. Good Q. Good shield by the Medivh. It is going to be difficult dealing damage, and maybe even should have gone Flame or Ring of Fire, because it is going to be difficult dealing damage. Oh snap, here we go. So I really want to be the one that tanks this. There we go. So it's like diving with Chen, right? When you dive with Chen, once you start tanking the towers, you hit your E. Oh, here we go again. Wow, that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna turn this though. She had used her E there, so I knew she didn't have it up. So now we get Brewmasters. I'm not gonna do this. I thought the Butcher and Tyrande would help. They rotated though. Really want to get this globe before I go to the objective. Yeah, see, Valla is still tearing me up this game. I think we've lost this one. Once I hit 10, I'll be able to threaten their team a little bit more. But I think for right now, it's not gonna happen. Once I hit 10, I should be able to just jump onto somebody and stick. But with the Tyrande solo healer against this composition, they have tons of sustain with the Tassa and the Ariel. And like Ariel Valla is one of the best duos in the game currently. Valla generates so much energy. So really, I just want to try to find like solo kills. I don't think Jaina understands what's happening right now. Like that. I want to find kills like that rather than like go look for a team fight. Because we don't win team fights at the moment. You can always W and then E to get your passive when you're running away too. It's important. Alright, so now we're hit 10. I think this guy's dead. I'm just gonna kill him. Okay, well that works too. You just need to make sure Medivh gets out. Oh, that was a pretty bad portal. I think at least we get ours. And we're contesting theirs. Getting rid of the Ariel talent is... The Ariel is pretty good though. Considering our team's like a very one-shot team. Need to be careful here. Should be able to save from me. Oh, crummy. Come on, man. Alright, so I don't have ult. We don't really win this fight. We're still up though. We traded. Like, not the end of the world. Created a lot of space there top. And we'll go back to top. Hopefully not get ganked by the whole team. If we do, we just run away. We should be able to get away. The only thing that would stop us is Jaina slow. So we have to be like a little careful of that, but that's about it. I do want to keep pressuring top though, because it's going to make people rotate. Like that, and I'm much better in small skirmishes than I am in team fights. My team fight strength comes from literally my ultimate. Might be able to force, what's it called again here? Okay. Okay, I get the body block still here though. Maybe Chromie will land an ability. What do you guys think? Chromie. Chromie actually missed everything. I have to ult. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Probably even do the boss if we wanted to. So now we're gonna go slow on Q. This is gonna make, like, when I try to kill that Ariel there, like, much easier. We stopped that. That's a pretty insane whip. I don't like this. I'm gonna just smash my passive out of this. It should be fine. Ooh. I can't do anymore. Yeah, see, their team fight is just way better than ours. Probably has to do with the fact that even I'm going back to the top lane though. Gotta keep my win condition up. Just go to the top lane. Like, have them rotate at me as like 2 people, and I'll just kill 2 people by myself. Team fighting is not happening. it's not happening, especially when we're diving a keep. You're not gonna dive a keep against 5 people and they have double support and like win. This does suck though. They have triple, and they're about to get pumpkins in bot because Surrounded didn't step into them, and they're contesting us. So I'm gonna go right after who I should always go after. Actually, damaging the task here is pretty good. I'm gonna ult. I need to create some space. Should be able to kill a lot of people here. Tass is almost out of mana. Let me get over here. Okay, we should boss now. Oh, my pumpkins got this. Look at that. So we're actually only losing 4 per. Alright, so I took the range because I want to stick to that Ariel. This way she won't be able to get away from me. Actually a pretty good sign. Alright, Jaina is who I need to be worried about now. Ugh, dang it. I'm trying to peel. At the ult. Bummer. Our Chromie has gotten like hook gorged 4 times this game. Yeah, so I don't think we win this one now. Unless we can get a pick on Stitches by himself here. I don't think we win this. We could try though. Oh, the Vol is a really good target. The Vol is gonna get all the attention of the supports in the back. Chromie walking into literally melee range. Okay, alright. I respect that. This guy's trying to hook me. Somebody's gonna get hooked here. Yeah, we just keep staggering at this point, so I need to do exactly what I was doing before. And just head to the top lane. I'm just gonna go to the top lane, the other team's gonna rotate to me. And then maybe I can get picked from there. As you can see, my stats, I have the highest of everything on my team. Most kills, least deaths, almost most assists, most siege damage, most hero damage, most roll damage, most XP contribution. I'm doing pretty good so far this game. I'm working my way towards MVP. If we win. Actually, I think you can get MVP without winning. It's just difficult. So hopefully the team rotates out. They might rotate a few and keep pressuring mid. It looks like a team fight's going on. Chromie's probably dead. Yeah, I didn't even have to look actually that time. Just knew. Did Task go E-build? Task did go E-build, so he's going to be pretty difficult to kill. What we want to try to do here is get this bottom one. And then I'll try to peel for the team to get the bottom one. No way, we killed Jaina here. I might even die for this. Close. Let's see, I'm gonna go to the right. I respect that hook. Still have mount speed though. I can jump over this building mid and passive. And it won't damage me. Like if I passive and then jump. Need to go back to the top lane. Can't die right before pass 3 times. How many dies? So they actually come to the top lane now and push. Or they do our skeletons. So I need to be careful. Or they do boss. Everything has them coming to the top lane right now. Yeah. So they're going to do boss. Which is going to put us at 2. And then they'll probably do top pumpkin. So having elemental is going to help me a lot here now. I might be able to like actually kill backline. A lot of their backline is really hard to kill though. I need to start going maybe after Ariel. The problem with diving Ariel is then the person who's generating her energy, in this case Vala, is just gonna get like free reign to hit me. which is gonna generate Ariel enough energy to like keep herself alive, right? Even though like you would think, oh yeah, if you damage the, you know, if you damage the support, then oh, here we go. This is really good. I'm getting on this Ariel. If I can kill her, we win. I don't know what just happened, but I think Chromie didn't get hooked and we didn't just instantly lose. Right here. Alright. I think we just won, team. We get the pumpkins in. SGG. Just need one with those pumpkins. Should be all she wrote. So I actually want to make sure these things get in. I think they get themselves in, but I guess it doesn't matter. Take the Chen shortcut. That's it. Incredibly close game. Like I said, the Chen putting in some serious work. 134,000 damage tanked. Even with most damage taken, most hero damage, most siege damage. Even with only Tyrande healer, I still tanked almost 140,000 damage. So imagine if you have like a real healer that's not Tyrande. How much more like effective Chen can be, right? It's like he can be incredibly hard to deal with. He deals a substantial amount of damage through his Panda pals, and he's just really sticky too. Once the team fight starts going in your team's favor, you just stick on the other team, and they have a terrible time getting away. Like that Stitch's bottom was not getting away, right? Chen is like, a lot of people make this reference a lot of the time, but he is like the drunken Illidan, right? And the fact that both heroes excel when the enemy is far away from their base. When they have a long way to run, you can never get away from them, right? So that's kind of what Chen is now, except they've buffed a lot of his stuff and made him a lot stronger because of it. But this is the build that I went this game. Again, I think the most important is the Storm Earth Fire. It saves you if you're going to die. It also peels. It gives you a lot of damage. And Elusive Brawler is the new level 1 talent that I really like. And as you can see this game, I actually used it a lot to have a lot of success. So, but that is the Chen build, guys. If you did enjoy, please make sure to do a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can always check me out on Twitch and Twitter, which will both be located below, as well as my tier list. So thank you guys again. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and hopefully this helps you kind of play Chen a little bit and understand the hero a bit more. All right, guys, have a good one.